Hi Capricorn, welcome to your 2026 Wheel of the Year reading. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Michelle, this is Gypsy Insights, and Capricorn, thank you so much for all of your support throughout the year. I hope that you've enjoyed the readings. If you have, please drop me a comment down below. Thank you for all of your likes, your shares, your hypes, your subscribes. I appreciate each and every one of you Capricorn, so please enjoy the reading. And while I put down these cards, guys, I want to wish you a happy holiday season. I hope that you have a fantastic holiday, no matter how you choose to spend it. And of course, Happy New Year as well for 2026, guys. Let's see, I'm going to be putting down the tarot. Putting down quite a few cards here, so bear with me. I've made a head start as well, just to cut down the time spent shuffling here, but I've already meditated on these cards, so just a few more shuffles and we'll be getting down to it here, Capricorn. And while I'm putting down these cards, I just want to quickly mention that my Etsy store is open for business, so if you or a loved one would like a reading, I would love to read for you, and the links are down below for that. So let's take a look here, Capricorn. This is for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, so be sure to check out both your Sun and Rising signs here on the channel for messages. Let's get some oracle cards down. I'll start with the divination oracle. And let's take a look and see what's coming up for Capricorn for 2026. Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising. Let's see. Capricorn, we do have tea leaves. Okay, now tea leaves talk about foresight. So that's why we're here. Capricorn, let's take a look at the energy. All right. Looking for patterns. And we have this childlike expression. Love that energy for you guys. I love it for earth signs, and I think I got this for, pretty sure it was Virgo, so another earth sign. So 2026 for my earth signs is a lot more playful than it has than years past. Let's put it that way. So opening up more of a childlike wonder when it comes to looking at the world. A lot more positivity there. And we have you as the communicator, and this is to do with your finances, your career, how you choose to move forward when it comes to your life purpose, your goals. Words have power. Now when we talk about communication, it's ruled by Mercury. So when it comes to communication, we have to be truthful. And when it comes to being truthful, of course, we have to be a little bit careful with our words. You know, there is such a thing as being too truthful. Yes, you're very outspoken, but I think that you have to be flexible when it comes to sharing your truths. Let's put it that way. There's a clear, quick, relatable energy around you. Friendly, certainly intelligent Capricorn. Being open-minded when it comes to communication, opening up when it comes to speaking to many different people. There's diversity here. Being intuitive, of course. There's a psychological aspect as well to words having power. And you have to be discriminating when it comes to your words, as I said. Make sure that you're informed and articulate. All right, so let's see. We'll start with this energy of childlike expression. Now, as I said, it's opening up to a little bit more of a playful energy. There's an expansion when it comes to your social circles, Capricorn. And, sorry, let me just close this. Someone started up some sort of blower out there, so, okay. The energy around this is trust. When we're children, we trust, right? And as we grow older, we don't trust so much. So when it comes to trusting your inner knowing and being expansive with your communication, I feel that this is opening up the people that you talk to. Previously, there may have been closed off groups, but here I feel that this is opening up. to people that are in different cultures, different religions, different backgrounds. Yeah, I'm feeling that this is about trust, guys. Of course, there's an energy around this of connecting to your inner child, finding patience and joy in simple things as we did when we were children, taking a step away from acquiring material things and taking pleasure in the simple things. And this is about loving, respecting and honouring your inner child, allowing time for play, as I said, in whatever way that pleases you. Socializing, singing, yoga, travel, taking a walk, dancing, riding, whatever it is. This is about opening up your boundaries, holding no expectations when it comes to other people, and just loving unconditionally. And with the tea leaves there, I do feel that this is well, you know, I'm getting kind of this foresight, but I'm also getting a foreshadowing energy around that. When it comes to foresight, it really is about, well, I'm looking at this tea leaves, the tea leaves in the bottom of this cup, and I feel it's about looking at the patterns of foreshadowing something. Okay. It could be when you look at patterns, there's getting a glimpse of the future, the way that the world is going to be, the way the world is going to be shaped in the future. Interesting, guys. Not sure why I'm getting that. It's kind of random, but that's what I just got. So something that you're probably not getting it right now, but throughout the year you're going to get some sort of foreshadowing of the way that the world is going to be in the future. Okay, all right, well, I'm going to leave it there and see if it comes up in the rest of the reading. Let's start with January. Oh, we've got the Nautilus. The Nautilus is an amazing creature. You know that a Nautilus has this fantastic shell, and what a lot of people don't realize is that the Nautilus, as it grows, this shell has a number of compartments, and it will actually pack up and move from compartment to compartment the bigger it grows. And with the Ace of Cups, it feels like to me that there's a heart chakra expansion. You know, moving to bigger and bigger energy of the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is a fountain. It is symbolic of overflowing emotions, going back to the well so that can be constantly refilled, never running out. You know, as human beings, we never run out of emotional capacity to feel, to have empathy, to love. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here with this energy of security. And the Five of Wands in reverse. You have an enormous capacity to love, to bring people to you, to make them feel secure. This is a very peace-loving energy with that Five of Wands in reverse. We have this cave, and the cave is symbolic of a place that we prepare our meals, a place where we rest, a place where we heal. It's a safe space, a sanctuary. And the fire there is symbolic of something that gives us life, something that sustains life. So love will lead the way, to use an old cliche. And when we're children, we feel that sense of security. This is about not fighting what makes us secure, what gives us security. So if you have found yourself at a place or at an impasse when it comes to a family or family environment, there's an energy here of counting your blessings, seeing what you have around you, a loving environment, a safe, secure environment, one where there isn't war, one where there isn't conflict, Somewhere where you can free to be this childlike energy, free to be yourself. Yeah. Now in February we've got the Roadrunner, and this is the Knight of Swords, along with potential and the Page of Cups, and that's that inner child, that childlike expression. It feels like you're going to branch out from this safety and security, possibly a family home or somewhere where you felt safe and secure, and take some courage in action. You have good intentions, definitely. You want to branch out and reach your full potential. We've got this picture of the volcano. It's not exactly dormant, it is smoking there, but it's not fully engulfed in flame or explosion. It's the potential of such. So for some of you, you're taking a moment just before you take action to reach your full potential. Again, I get this as a creative project. For some of you, you could be starting your own business. For some of you, you could be doing something that you have held on the back burner for a little while, Capricorn, but here there's a lot of potential for you to get going on something brand new. Capricorn, for you it's about reaching your potential and starting on this road to reaching your potential. For each one of you, of course, you'll be at different stages, and this is a volcano at rest. So I feel like you're ready to activate this potential, to step into courage, to step into your strength. It's time to put anything that you've had on the back burner on the front burner here. You have a lot of untapped potential, Capricorn, so now is the time to allow the flow. And the flow is about power, something that's emerging. So don't doubt it. This dormant volcano, well, it's been dormant for a little while. And as a result of being dormant, it feels a little uncomfortable. Something that could be repressed or something that you're keeping inside. But this inner pressure is going to be released in an expansion of force. Yes, and it is this inner child, a want, a desire to create. All right, some radical change in your life going on in February. Could be air travel, I'm picking that up for some of you. Now in March, Capricorn, we do have the jellyfish. It wanted to come up in reverse. So what I'm seeing here with freedom and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is that there is a little bit of a conflict going on within yourself, because there's this safety, there's this security, it feels good, there's warmth there. It's a childhood, a place of childhood, a place where you've grown up. It could be leaving home. It could be leaving a place of business or a job that you've had. It's been very secure for a number of years. One where it's just a place of belonging. You know, there's not a lot of tension there, but it's a very comfortable environment. But of course, comfortability is the enemy of progress, and I think that for you, that's what the energy is all about. It's the uncomfortability. You have to feel uncomfortable to start moving, to start launching something. Yes. So for some of you, you have someone around you. It could be a Queen of Cups energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or just someone who shapes and molds, bends at will. It's a very amenable energy. Someone who shows compassion. It could be a lover or a loved one. But here's you wanting your freedom, but I don't feel you're actually doing anything to give yourself that freedom. the Knight of Pentacles in reverse feels like a stuck kind of energy. Yeah, but with this freedom, there is this nudge by the universe that this is perhaps not the best thing for you at the present time, Capricorn. It feels to me like freedom's knocking at your door. There's a desire for freedom, but there is this safety and security that is hard to leave. Yeah, let's see. In April, we do have the Fox. Now, yes, I think you have to, when it comes to the Fox, this is an energy of strategy. There's passion here, the Knight of Wands. There's movement, there's travel. We've got the Dolphin spirit here, happiness, and the Ace of Swords. So yeah, I do feel that you are going to find it a little bit difficult to move beyond the comfort zone, but once you do, you're going to cut the cord there. And I don't actually see you going back to that. At least not permanently, Capricorn. Yeah, this feels like a fox leaving the den, leaving the family home, moving beyond. There could be relocation, of course, to a new city, state, for some of you, country. And you're letting your passion lead the way. You're clear in your own mind about what it is that you want, and you're cutting the cord. I feel that you've been happy in the past, but there has been a little bit of conflict within yourself because you felt the need to move on from this. And here you are doing just that. It's more of a playful energy. It's an exploration. It's adventure. It's seeing what's out there. All right, now in May, we do have the Elephant. And the Elephant is an energy of justice when it comes to action, and the King of Wands. All right. Wow, look at this. As a result of your action, as a result of a decision that you make, the consequence of that action is you becoming this King of Wands, Capricorn. This is leadership. This is you moving beyond this childlike energy and stepping into a more leadership role. The elephant to me speaks about truth, the natural law of things. It's like Spirit is coming in with opportunity for you, Capricorn. Why? Because you've taken action. Why? Because you're not staying with what this is, although it felt very comfortable. The universe wants you to succeed. The universe wants you to have what it is that you want, as long as it's for your highest good. So I see ambition. I see greatness. I see you overcoming obstacles. And it's as a result of the actions that you're taking. I don't see you responding to events. I see you taking the bull by the horns here and bringing this into being. Through your own strength, through your own courage, through your own determination. And for those of you who have been suffering from an illness or an injury of some kind, I see you overcoming those difficulties. Some of you may have felt like something went wrong and you're trying to put this right. For some of you, you may have felt like you missed an opportunity in the past, but I actually don't feel that you did. This time of a time for healing, a time for security, it had to be that way. It had to go that way so that you could be right here in May. It's the right time, guys. If it had happened earlier, it wouldn't have happened quite the right way. It would have been a false start. But here it is. Here's the right thing at the right time, Capricorn. Absolutely. All right, now in June we've got the Scorpion, and this is the Nine of Wands. In this deck it talks about resilience, bravery, resolve, and here we have the Ace of Wands, so yes, I see that. And we also have this energy of stillness. This is standing on your own 2 feet. This is courage and bravery. I do see a wounded warrior kind of energy, so it may be that some of you, yes, you have had some kind of accident, illness or injury that may have taken you away from something that you wanted for a short time, guys, but it seems like you're back on your feet here. When we talk about stillness, there was a need for this stillness. There was a need for stillness before taking this action. We see this beautiful swan, and the swan is a somewhat cold kind of energy. I mean, we see it here in this kind of frozen tundra. So you've had to take a step back from a project, from a situation, or from a relationship even. You've had to do that. You've had to slow down. You've taken the time to be still, to go within, to listen to that inner voice, to listen to your higher self. You know, timing is everything. In the past, it was not a good time to start this. You had to wait, you had to incubate, you had to fix things that needed fixing, perhaps with family here, guys. Heal things that needed healing, if that was an accident or an illness. You've had time to think things through. So if things have seemed a bit bleak or barren, there's change here. There's absolutely change with this Ace of Wands. You've shown resilience in being patient. You've shown bravery and courage in healing. But you've resolved to get back out there. You've resolved to continue on what you were focused on before you had to take this pause. In July, Capricorn, we do have the bee. Love that. It's the Wheel of Fortune. There's good luck here. We have the sunflower, another symbol of hope, good luck, optimism. There's a cycle coming in, which is one which is a much more higher vibrational cycle in your life, Capricorn. Yeah, there's 3 of Swords. It feels like something that you had to go through. It may have been physical pain, emotional pain, whatever it was. Some sort of karmic event that came into your life. It was kind of saving you from something, is what I'm getting from Spirit. There was a good reason why it happened, although at the time it probably seemed pretty bad. But it happened because something had to be purified. This cycle, you had to see things from a different perspective. You know, rain, and we see this sun shower that's coming around this sunflower. Rain symbolizes the washing away of sins, you know, purification. Water, of course, is associated with emotions. So it can represent the release of emotions that allows for a purification and inner healing. There's also a renewal aspect of rain. Rain can symbolize a time of renewal where things can grow again. But of course it's difficult for new energy to enter into our lives if we're stuck in the old, the outdated energy. So you've had to cleanse, you've had to purify your body, your physical space. You may have had to go through a physical detox or a clutter clearing of some kind, a cleansing, releasing old energy, opening up those windows to invite fresh, clear energy into your life. eating more healthfully. There's an energy also of releasing past resentments, feeling resentful because of something that you felt you missed out on, purifying yourself in thought, word and deed. And we did have the communication card, where there is learning how to communicate in a mature fashion. You know, when we were children, we have to learn how to communicate. When we're children, we just kind of say whatever we want to say, and there's truth there in what children say, but there's also a little bit too much directness. You know, it can be hurtful, it can be not the right thing to say, but I'm seeing kind of a growing up, a maturation when it comes to how you communicate here. Being able to communicate with others in a more mature way. Something like that, guys. Now, I see a lot of good things coming in for you with this Wheel of Fortune, this B card, and I also see that as a card of community spirit. Purifying in terms of who you hang out with. You know, if you've been hanging out with the people that are perhaps not so good, toxic in some way, you're letting that go. Now in August, that was July. Let's move on to August. We've got the Walrus, and the Walrus is the Eight of Cups. It's seeing the truth and walking away from things that are no longer needed. There's an escapist energy around that as well. Solitude, and the Queen of Pentacles, which is you, male or female, not meant to be gender specific. This is nurturing yourself in solitude. So for some of you, you're walking away from a more escapist kind of energy. This is you taking responsibility, being discriminating when it comes to who you befriend. There's an open-mindedness. It's a balance, guys. You know, you have to be open-minded when it comes to the people that you talk to. You know, you can't close yourself off to people by judging a book by its cover. You can't do that, because I actually feel that by opening yourself up to people who have different viewpoints, live a different lifestyle, come from different places in the world, you will expand so much more than if you would stay in more of this toxic energy. Yeah? I think it's a good thing, guys, to purify or cleanse your environment by walking away or cutting the cord to people who are limited in some way, limited in their beliefs, limited in their thinking, because Capricorn, you're meant for so much more success. And in order to get to that success, I feel you may need to take some time doing something solitary. But it's a good thing, because I feel that you're going to see the truth. See the truth about, again, I get this weird foreshadowing of how the world is going to be. It seems to happen around August, July, August. You see the truth about how the world is going to be. And you're positioning yourself in order to be okay. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is a very stable, secure energy. But it's not through reverting to this childlike energy. It's more your own place. You know, some of you could be buying real estate on your own, you know, so that you have something for the future. Others of you could be putting some money away into retirement savings or an account. It has something to do with the way that you're seeing the world going. You seem to have some knowledge here, possibly about financial things, Capricorn. Let's have a look at September. Yeah, the cow, the Empress. I love that because it tells me that, yeah, you do know what's what. There's a foreshadowing here. You're taking care of your financial needs, your stability, your security. Lovely. Because you're acting on the truth and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is you putting away money. This is you saving for that rainy day. This is you making sure that you don't suffer losses. Now, the cow, the Empress, is a sign of fertility, abundance. So for some of you, you could be really building on wealth here, guys. Again, there's an energy here of greatness. So for some of you, if you have a business or you're starting a project, guys, it looks like it's going to go really well for you guys. It really does. I mean, this Wheel of Fortune tells me that luck is on your side. It's definitely a cleansing when it comes to your life. You know, you're not letting money slip through your fingers here, that's for sure. And then I get in September that whatever you foretold here, whatever you thought was going to happen does happen, and you're in a good place because you've seen it coming. You've tried to warn, you've tried to tell others, maybe they haven't listened, but you know what, you're going to be okay. In October we have the Six of Wands. Yeah, this is you, your moment, your shining moment of glory, the Firefly. Trust. People probably should have trusted you. If you're an advisor, or if you're someone here who has some knowledge about finances, commerce, all that kind of thing, people should trust you because I think you know what's what. And we also have this Ten of Wands energy, but it's in reverse, which is good, guys. It's good because it tells me that, you know what, you don't have to shoulder the blame here. You've done what you could. You've trusted your own advice, certainly. And I also see this energy around you, Capricorn, of we see this desert in this card, and you'll see that there's a boat, and this boat is sailing away from this desert. So where there has been a sense of nothing growing, you're going to be moving towards somewhere else. Again, I get for some of you, you could be relocating, you could be buying a house quite far from what previously felt secure. That may be that foreshadowing. You may be seeing something in your community that foreshadows something in the future, and you're thinking, gosh, I need to move. Something like that. Doesn't have to be exactly that thing, but yeah. And if you have done that, I get in around October, you start to look back and think, you know what, I'm glad I trusted my instincts there. I'm glad I went with that, because now I don't have the burden of whatever that is that was left behind. Some sort of burdensome situation. And this is your moment. This is your moment of glory. This is where you get to say I told you so to people around you. Okay. Now in November here, Capricorn, you've got the hummingbird, and this is rest after labor, nirvana, home. Again, I get the Four of Wands as home, real estate, success, celebration, new beginnings, with that beautiful dawning of a new day there, and the Four of Cups in reverse. This is certainly a new start for you. So if you have felt lackluster, if you felt that things needed a change, boy, once you start here, you just can't stop. until around November, December, and then I get you reaching this sense of, you know what, I've done the hard work, I've done what I needed to do, and there's rest here. This is looking back at what you've achieved so far this year and looking at it and saying, you know what, I did pretty well here. So with the hummingbird, there may have been a lot of activity. I mean, starting from April, I see a lot of activity, a lot of movement. And it's all because you're foreshadowing something in the future. You're getting in before others, I get you. You're getting in on the ground floor. This opportunity is one that you're not going to let pass you by. It's almost like, in years gone by, I mean, when did Apple and Microsoft start? I mean, imagine if you'd been in on the ground floor during those days and gotten those stocks when they were really, really low. And people foreshadowed that being something big for the future. It's like you're doing that. It's like you've got some kind of knowledge of something that's going to be big in the future. And it allows you to be very successful in a very short period of time, guys. Wow. In December, we've got prophetic powers. Yeah, the bat, simplicity, and the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, it does feel like prophecy, like you have some kind of prophetic power with this bat energy. Simplicity, the 3 of Pentacles, something that's going to make things easier for people in their work. I'm getting that. Something that makes your work easier. Something in which you can have things working for you while you're kind of resting. Something that you don't have to be there, like it's not like a traditional business where you have to be there like 24/7 doing all of the work. Now this feels like something that can be doesn't come with a whole lot of sacrifice, guys. It's a simple thing, and it works. The 3 of Pentacles is certainly, I mean, I'm seeing these 2 people and they're looking up at this person doing the work here. It could be a collaboration for some of you, not all of you. But for others of you, I get this sense of people looking up at you for, with respect, for the work that you've done in achieving a goal. Let's see if I can get some more information about that. The overall energy for you for 2026 Capricorn is the frog. And the frog is about new opportunities. I love the frog because it's in Chinese culture, it represents prosperity. So while there has been a little bit of this apathy, contemplation in the past, there's going to be a brand new opportunity for you to get out of a rut with that 8 of Swords. And we have enlightenment here. It's like a powerful, receiving like a powerful message. It may come in the form of communication, something that's very clear, very quick, very relatable, very intelligent, and if you keep an open mind, there's an opportunity for you to really do something that gives you a lot of freedom to live your life however you want to live it in the future. Gets you out of like working for other people, or gets you out of a situation where you felt like success was a long way off. When we're young, when we're in this childlike energy, we can feel like, I do want success, but it's probably going to happen 30, 40 years from now. No, I don't feel that, guys. Not for you. I feel Capricorn If you keep up this childlike energy, this enthusiasm, this sense of wonder and awe when it comes to what potential there is out there, you're going to achieve it. Not by, there's an element of luck here, yes, but there's also an intelligence, knowing when to act. You know, some people get lucky breaks along the way, and they're not intelligent enough to know that it's a lucky break. You know, they turn it down. No, you're not going to do that, Capricorn. You're gonna go in for this opportunity. Absolutely. You're going to think about it, but you're not going to overthink about it to the point where it slips away from you. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to get a card from this deck here, Capricorn. Message for Capricorn. This looks pretty good for you. Pay attention to any feelings of foreshadowing that you feel. Let's see. What is the message here for Capricorn for 2026? For Capricorn. Confronting your opposite polarity. Yeah. Well, what is your opposite polarity, Capricorn? Look it in the eye. It's the thing. It's the thing that blocks us. It's the obstacle. It's something that wants to draw you to it. There's a sense of magnetism. But you may have resisted it in the past. And we also have become your own sovereign. Yes, definitely. Definitely, Capricorn. It's something that, yeah, there's working together with others, but I feel for the most part this is something that's going to be enormously beneficial for you as an individual. And it allows you to have your own place, your own space. Yes. There needs to be a fire lit with that confront your opposite polarity. Because Capricorn, if there's too much comfortability here, that's the enemy of you becoming your own sovereign. I think what you need is a little bit more fire in the belly, a little bit more motivation to get you moving. Let's see, I'm going to get one more card for you guys, Capricorn. Message for Capricorn. Final message for Capricorn, please, for 2026 for Capricorn. Oh, that one's jumped on the floor. Let's see. Okay. Ah, the Dream Catcher. Yes. And this is number 42. If you reduce that, it's 6, which is a lovely number of harmony, something that leads to harmony in your life. Now, the Dream Catcher, of course, it is symbolic of dreaming big. For some of you, you may be receiving messages, of course, in your dreams, having prophetic dreams. Remember that foreshadowing here is throughout this whole reading. Prophetic dreams, precognizance. There could be an energy of working on opening and empowering more of your solar plexus here with this polarity. Beginning to seek your dreams out purposefully, placing action with dreams, not just dreaming about it. Not being the lost dreamer here, but actually dreaming big things and achieving them by taking action. You may be finding feathers or receiving messages from owls or eagle totems at this time, or even from wise women. For some of you, there's an energy here of making sure that while you're sleeping, you're breathing deeply sleeping well with the air being very well oxygenated, so that you have a lot of airflow around you to keep that you're breathing clear. A Capricorn, some of you if you're dealing with allergies or anything like that, make sure that you're clearing the energy, clearing the air around you, making sure that you're breathing as pure air as you possibly can in this day and age. Yeah, so that things can be very clear, so that you don't wake up with a fuzzy head and that kind of thing, Capricorn. So I'm going to leave it there for you and wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, or you can go to my Etsy store. The link is down below in the descriptions box. Or you can just Google me, Gypsy Insights Tarot on Etsy. That's ETSY. Thank you so much for all your likes, your shares, your hypes, your subscribes. I appreciate your support. And don't forget to comment down below. I read each and every comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Love to read the comments. It lets me know what you enjoy here on the channel. So thank you so much. Have a happy and healthy and safe holiday period and New Year. And I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye for now, Capricorn.